Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Atlanta and Company. I'm Christine Pilara. All little girls know the iconic American Girl dolls, but one doll's story is being brought to life in a new movie, American Girl, Saige Paints the Sky. Joining us today is one of the stars of the movie, Laurel Harris. Laurel, thanks for being here.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. I'm excited.
Well, tell us all about this movie. It's actually premiering right here on NBC, July 13th, this weekend. Mark your calendars. It's a family movie. It's got a great message, too.
It has a great message. It's called Saige Paints the Sky, and it is actually about a little girl named Saige who's an artist. It stars Sydney Fulmer and also Jane Seymour. I play Saige's mother, Mrs. Copeland, and the movie is truly about her finding her voice, and that's really the message.
And you know, it seemed like when I got to interview Jane and Sydney, and this was her first starring role. What was it like to work with somebody like Jane Seymour and then this young girl who's just starting out in this business? It must have been fun for you. You have a legend here, and then you have like this, you know, fledgling actress.
You know, I have to say, most people would assume the same thing. They were both equally professional. They were both so amazing to work with. All of the girls, actually. It was truly inspirational to be around them. They brought so much positive energy to the set, and all of us adults were kind of feeding off of that. It was very contagious. And they truly inspired me, all of them, from Jane to the girls.
Oh, and you know, it seems like I was actually telling Laurel in the commercial break that I think this is the year. Luckily, my daughter's not watching. She's turning 5, and I was going to, this is the year for the American Girl doll. And why do you think, you know, this has been such an iconic toy for over a decade now, for I don't know how long they've been out, but it just seems like my niece has had them. Everyone has them. So why make a movie about this and incorporate such a good message of finding your voice, and especially why today?
Yeah, there's a couple reasons for that. I think truly these films are fabulous in that they're for the whole family. The entire family can watch this. And I have to say, I've been surprised at how many little boys have come out to the films.
Really?
And they are really moved too. Yeah, in fact, quite a few of them have walked away with tears and thought, this is a great movie. We loved it. Yeah, so that's wonderful. So kids of all ages can really sit down with their friends and their family and watch this. I've had so many family members and friends text me or email me and say, oh, we were so grateful we didn't have to worry about what was coming up next, and if we were going to have to plug their ears, you know, and pull the kids away.
It's so true.
Yeah, and it's timely today because it is about saving art and music in school programs.
That was my next question. So why do you think that is so important? I'm sure as an actress, I know that has to mean something to you to see the way that these programs are being cut in schools all across the country, and it's just, it's heartbreaking.
It's tragic. It really is. I don't think, honestly, I would be here in this position today doing what I do if I hadn't had that as a kid. I really cut my teeth on drama in school, and if I hadn't had those programs, it would have been a whole different path for me. And so this is incredibly important, and watching these kids on set reminded me that kids today have such a passion for this. There's so much programming on television where they're watching people sing and dance and perform, and they need those outlets. It's incredibly important in schools.
It really is. And you talk about how Saige finds her voice. What is that, when you hear something like that in such a young girl, it is so important now, especially with the messages that they're getting with social media, and they're bombarded with what they should be like or what is perceived as cool.
Exactly.
Why do you think it's so important that we're saying find your own voice?
Just that. Be yourself.
Yeah.
That's the message we want to get across to kids today. And I think also this movie does a really nice job in telling them to work together. You know, Saige has to find her voice on her own, but she also has to come together with her friends, and there's some conflict at times because not everybody agrees on the same thing. So they have to learn to work together, and that's incredibly important in that message.
And how was it working on this film? I know you're a working actress, and you've done everything, done it all. So what was the funnest, the best part about working on this movie?
Oh, so many things. I mean, the kids were playing pranks back behind the scenes, so that was fun for them. And again, that energy, as I mentioned. I have to say something surprising that was really fun about this whole experience was actually after we stopped filming and we've been doing these premieres, sitting back and watching all the little kids come up and just their excitement because they're so involved with American Girls and all about it. So they would come up and want autographs, of course, but then they'd go over to get their picture taken on maybe the red carpet or stand there with their dolls in this moment of bliss. And just watching their expressions was so rewarding. And just knowing that I'm a part of an industry and a part of American Girl and what that means for kids today.
Yeah, I'm going to set my DVR. We're going to actually, what am I saying? We're all going to be home Saturday night.
There you go.
It's a perfect movie for the family.
And
what's next for you? Tell us more about you and your background.
A few different things coming down the pike. Hopefully, Odd Thomas will be releasing later this year, so keep an eye out for that. It's the latest. It's the first in the Odd Thomas series by Dean Koontz.
Yeah. Yes.
So that's a feature film that will be
fantastic.
on the horizon next.
Well,
really
good for you. We appreciate you stopping by. How's your weather in LA? Is it a lot better than it is here?
A little better than here.
Yeah. What's that song? It never rains in California.
Yeah, exactly.
It only rains here in Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah. Well, thank you for taking the time to stop by. We appreciate it. And best of luck with all your endeavors. And you can watch American Girl, Saige Paints the Sky this Saturday night, 8 o'clock right here on 11 Alive, your NBC station.